We need more research. We need research from the bench to the bedside to the park bench. So we need research understanding what biomarkers could even be detected to figure out if somebody has been exposed to radon, because right now we have biomarkers to tell us whether somebody is smoking or somebody has been exposed to secondhand smoke, cotinine, for example, in the urine or the blood or the hair, but we don't have any type of test like that to detect radon exposure. So we need more research on the bench side. We also need research on the clinical side to understand how to detect radon-induced lung cancer, how to treat it better, how to treat it, and then how to promote survival in those patients. And also how to even train and get to the healthcare providers so that they talk to people about testing and mitigating for radon. On the population science side, we need to understand how to convince people, how to motivate people to test and fix their home for radon. We need research to understand whether a tax credit might work, much like we do a tax credit for energy, fixing your home for, to make your home more energy efficient, much like we do for solar panels, for example. That might be a really effective way to get people to test and fix their homes for radon. So we have a lot of research that we need on radon exposure.
Have in lung cancer today is data that has been developed from large screening trials, finally proving that low-dose CT scan is enough to be able to detect lung cancer at an early stage in many patients. If we take the highest risk group of patients, those that have a 30-pack year history of smoking, and depending on which study you look at, between ages 50 and 80, maybe 55 to 74, in that age group, who have, and including those that have quit smoking for less than 15 years. That's the highest risk group of patient that we have for lung cancer. So if we take those patients and we study them with a low-dose CT scan every year, the National Lung Screening Trial proved that we can reduce the risk of dying from lung cancer by 20%. A staggering number, since that's never been generated by any chemotherapy, by any influence of radiation. And so we can reduce lung cancer primarily by shifting from that late-stage disease to early-stage disease. At the same time as doing lung cancer screening, it's a great opportunity for us to be able to have contact with that high-risk group of patients to talk to them about lung cancer. So we should be talking with them as part of a lung cancer screening excellence program, smoking cessation, secondhand smoke exposure, and radon. And so these are ways that we can not only have an impact on early detection of patients that are at risk, but also mitigate the other factors that may be there, smoking and radon exposure. And so I think it should be a primary element in any comprehensive lung cancer screening program, not just going to get a CT scan. That's not a screening program. We have to be able to actually have contact with the patient, talk with them about their risks, talk with them about why we're doing this. They need to understand the risks of doing a lung cancer screen, and they need to make sure that they're reducing their risks of lung cancer in any way that they can. The lung cancer screening program is only designed to detect that early stage. I should say the low-dose CT scan is only designed to detect that early stage lung cancer. That's the reason why we're doing the scan. However, that patient is more than just a CT scan. That patient has risk profile that we can adjust. Can't change their age, but we can change their smoke exposure. We can change their radon exposure by testing in the home and mitigating if necessary. and we can influence other people in their lives that may be at risk as well.